Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Jamie. I missed you all so much and I'm so excited to have another virtual Sunday school class with you today. Our Bible point today is that Jesus is wonderful. There's so many examples of that throughout the Bible, of how wonderful Jesus is. All the amazing miracles that he did, and I'm sure that you can name a few of those on your own, a lot of the things we've learned throughout this year, but today we're going to dig a little deeper into a story about a time that Jesus healed a deaf man. And that is in Mark 7:31 through 37. So I'm just going to go ahead and read that to you really quick now, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. Jesus heals a deaf and mute man. Then Jesus left the vicinity of Tyre and went through Sidon down to the Sea of Galilee and into the region of the Decapolis. There some people brought to him a man who was deaf and could hardly talk, and they begged Jesus to place his hand on him. After he took him aside, away from the crowd, Jesus put his fingers into the man's ears. Then he spit and touched the man's tongue. He looked up to heaven and with a deep sigh said to him, "Be opened." At this, the man's ears were open. His tongue was loosened and he began to speak plainly. Jesus commanded them not to tell anyone, but the more he did so, the more they kept talking about it. People were overwhelmed with amazement. "He has done everything well," they said. "He even makes the deaf hear and the mute speak." This is a great story about how wonderful Jesus is. But I do have a question. Why do you think that Jesus chose to heal the man in the way that he did? Some people might have thought that that was odd, but a lot of people think that he chose to heal the man in that way so that the man could understand what Jesus was doing, almost like sign language. So I thought it'd be fun to learn our Bible point in sign language today. So I know most of you already know that the sign language for Jesus is just this. And then wonderful is this. So we're going to do our Bible point together in sign language. Jesus is wonderful. And I'll just do it one more time. Jesus is wonderful. So today I'd like you to teach your parents our Bible point in sign language, or any other family member that you'd like to share that with. Also, our younger friends have a fun craft to do, but for our older kids, I really encourage you to make wonder boards. This is the craft that is available for our K through 5th graders to do. So you're just going to need some ribbon and tape, and you're going to make these boards, and then throughout the week I'd like you to write down on little pieces of paper the wonderful things that Jesus has done for you during the week. So it'll help you to identify these amazing things that Jesus does for us all the time. I think it's easy to ask for things in our prayers and hope for our prayers to be answered, but Jesus doesn't always answer our prayers in the way that we'd expect. And I think sometimes we are looking specifically for our specific prayers to be answered, and we miss some of the wonderful things that Jesus is doing for us all along. So this week, I really want you to have your eyes and ears focused on some wonderful things that Jesus does for you. It might be healing your heart after maybe a fight with a brother or sister, or even just the beauty of nature on a family walk. These are wonderful things that are in your life all the time that Jesus has given to you. I encourage you to dig deeper into the lessons divided up by your age. So our preschool friends have another little craft and a game and a fun object lesson. Our K through 2nd have some fun object lessons, and our 3rd through 5th, you're going to dig a little deeper, get some practice looking up some more verses, and you'll also have a fun object lesson to do as well. I strongly encourage you guys to complete your memory verses. Remember, there's a prize for whoever completes the most memory verse challenges. It's going to be a special surprise. So please continue to complete your memory verses. And as you go out throughout the week, please, please, please pay attention to the wonderful things that Jesus does for you. And continue to send letters to Canyon Vista Nursing Home for our service project. Thank you so much.